This is Arts Alive. I'm Lynda Philippi. My guests today are Benjamin Tissell and Stephen Pick. They're here from Valley Repertory to talk about their upcoming play, which is The Importance of Being Earnest with a Twist. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Stephen, why don't we start with you, and you can tell us a little bit about the play.
Sure. So it's the classic story of The Importance of Being Earnest, 1895, written by Oscar Wilde, the classic British comedy. Everything that people have seen before, except not. It's different. So we're setting it in Portland, present day, and Portland and Yamhill County, right? So they go, in the original, they go between London and the countryside. So we're doing the same thing here, between Portland and the countryside. So, of course, a lot of things remain the same, but a lot of other things change. Costumes change. You have updated props and things. So for those who know the show, it's a lot about food. It's very funny and foodie. And so there's cucumber sandwiches. Well, that has become a different prop, which I won't reveal. So you have to come to the show to see what the new prop is. But so a lot of those things have been updated. And it's kind of fun. And there's the humor of the original comes through even better, I think, in a present setting and circumstances.
So let's talk about when the play is going to run.
Yes, so it runs May 8th, so about a week and a half it opens. May 8th through the 24th, and it runs weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there's a matinee on Sunday and an evening performance. So.
And tickets are available?
www.valleyrep.org.
Okay.
And valleyrep.org, and you can get them there all the way through the run.
Perfect. Great.
In that way, yeah.
Okay, and then I see that you brought a very special guest with you today.
I did. I brought Mr. Algernon Moncrief from the play. And Algernon, thank you so much for coming out today.
Oh, you're very welcome. I must apologize. I was trying desperately to listen to what you were saying, but your elocution is perfectly disgraceful,
I am so
old
sorry
boy.
about that. I am trying really hard. But I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for coming all the way from Portland.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I know that you're a very busy guy.
Rather.
With lots of important things that you do.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about what your day looked like. What did you do today? Studying hard, I'm sure, and...
Yes. Well, I have a live-in, we'll call her a servant, named Lane. She does all my homework for me.
Oh.
It's rather a good arrangement, I think. So, no, I was not studying. In fact, I was bunburying most of the day.
Bunburying? Tell me, I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. What's that?
Oh, well, you'll have to just come see the play to find out, won't you, old boy?
Bunburying.
Bunburying is one of my favorite pastimes.
So I hear that you have a really fun, is it friend, roommate named Jack? He's really...
Oh, fun.
He's got a lot of fun ideas.
No. Jack is the proverbial bore, old boy. He's rather I don't know, tedious sort of person, very trivial in nature. He's very serious about everything, which of course means he has no fun at all.
I'm so sorry. Why do you hang out with him so much? Is he...
Oh, he's fun to pick on. Makes me feel good about myself.
Well, we all need that in our
Absolutely.
lives. So, Algernon, tell me about what this play means to you. That we're looking at your life. How does that make you feel?
Oh, well, really very good, because I think that my life is very interesting.
Oh.
I wish everyone could live... Well, that's not true. I don't want everyone to live my life, because then what would separate me from, normal people? But it's rather an interesting life, I must say.
Do you feel like this play paints you in an accurate, good picture of who you are?
Oh, I think everything is probably a good picture of who I am. I've never taken a bad picture. I'm very, you might say, photogenic. Of course, I'm using the phrase metaphorically. I'm not sure if you understand, but
well,
yes, of course.
Excellent. Well, and is there anything that you wish people would think about before they come to the play? Anything like to kind of get into the mood of the deep thoughts that you may be expressing during the show?
Deep thoughts.
Yeah, I know you have lots of deep thoughts.
Oh yes,
from your studies.
I suppose. I would simply say that come ready to listen and come ready to laugh and come ready to just have a good time. It's rather a roller coaster, especially watching Jack as he tries to woo Gwendolyn. It's absurd.
Well, I'm very excited to come see it. And is there any questions that?
I think we were going to ask him about politics.
Yeah, we were going to ask you about that.
Oh,
Now,
but politics.
What are your
Oh,
politics?
politics. Politicians are simply a tedious pack of people who haven't the remotest knowledge how to live, nor the slightest inclination about when to resign.
Oh.
Although all of them seem to have an incredible array of neckties.
Neckties.
I do like their neckties.
Had you ever considered going into politics for the apparel?
Well, I thought about it once because I look really good on television, but other than that, I haven't really wanted to, get into the. I hear you have to keep office hours and work 9 to 5 or sometimes longer. Oh.
That wouldn't be your style.
Although
it seems like.
My parents have encouraged me to because they say they have plenty of money to finance campaigns and such, but not really my cup of tea, I'm afraid.
Yes. What is your cup of tea? What does a typical day look like for Algernon?
Well, my cup of tea, my literal cup of tea is herbal. I love herbal teas. Absolutely. But my typical day, well, I get up whenever I feel like it, and I'll watch some television. I'll have Lane go out and get me an almond milk latte. Occasionally I'll go to class, but really just to bandy words with the professor. And then after that, I just go around the town. Sometimes I'll ride the Max into the inner city and just enjoy some good gallivanting around, if you will.
Excellent. I've heard some rumors, I have to be honest, that
What about me?
women are a little bit scared of you. Something about being a player. I've heard that word used. I don't know.
I'll put it this way. I've never met a woman who didn't love me so much that she didn't want to slap me.
Metaphorically.
Well, sometimes literally.
Oh.
Yes. That means she likes you a great deal.
Oh, like
so much she almost hates herself for how much she likes you.
Oh, like when girls kick you in the shins in middle school. Did you get that a lot as well?
Oh yes. Well, middle school. I had a private tutor, old boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, no, I understand.
Yes. Well, okay. So you're fine with the way that people talk about women around you?
Well, yes, I respect women a good deal, and
Okay.
I do like them, and they do like me, and they often run me off of their property, but it's part of the game.
The Bunbury.
The Bunbury game,
Yes.
absolutely, yes.
Okay, interesting. Very good.
Fun. I can see what a lot of fun you're having directing this show.
We are having fun. Yeah, it's a blast. It's fun to work on a concept, a modern concept with a lot of really talented designers as well as a couple decent actors. You didn't even pick it. Yeah.
Who's
I didn't
acting?
pick it up on it. Yeah, this is him.
So who's playing Jack?
So Jack is Jacob Smith, who's local as well. He's in Yamhill, or around near Yamhill, and yeah, they're a good pair together. A lot of fun eating, throwing food. I can't give any more away, but they have a lot. They have a blast.
We do more than eating in the play.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Although we eat some delicious little treats.
So is it kind of fun, I would think, in a way, to just take these two and kind of just let them go?
Yes.
See what they come up with?
Yep. In fact, that's what we're working on tonight. Is just 2.5 hours of me and the two of them and our stage manager, and we're just polishing up scenes and eating food and just
Having a good time.
having a good time, jumping on
Because
things.
Oscar Wilde, it's that kind of thing where it's just going to be like this.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss a beat.
Yes.
Or all of a sudden it's like, oh, God, that was a miss.
Yeah.
I mean, you notice it, right?
It's very fast paced. It's very quick. The show is only 2 hours long. It's just one thing to the next, and it carries you along with it really, really nicely.
What made you decide to do Ernest?
I want to do a classical piece, right? But also see how a classical piece written over 120 years ago can speak to our present day, and a little experiment, I guess, in the long-standing value of theater. And you know a good play when it stands the test of time,
Right.
and this one definitely does.
So you're not changing dialogue per se, except for just a little
A few
tweaks.
things here and there. Instead of London, we'll say Portland.
Right, but aside from that, it's pretty much lifted. So
Yes.
the differences that you're making are setting and things like that.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a good team of designers working with some modern sound, costumes, lights, a fun set, which is also conceptual as opposed to actual architecture. People will come into a different world that's more open and conceptual than more of a metaphor than an actual.
You know, and doing, I mean, you're going to stage this at C.S. Lewis.
Correct. Yes.
Academy.
It's C.S. Lewis Academy, the old, the grade school location, which is at 609 Winooski Street in Newburgh.
Newburgh. And I mean, I would think that having that venue, it kind of changes a bit about what you might do as opposed to being at the theater.
Yes.
Because is this still being used as a grade school?
It is, but what we'll do is actually we're setting it up on the actual stage, and it'll be in the round. So audiences on all four sides of the theater, which is it's really cool for this show.
Yeah.
So you get a different perspective depending on where you sit. And obviously they're all good seats, but you get to see different people's reactions because I may be sitting on one side looking over someone's shoulder but seeing the other person react. And then you also get to see fellow audience members' reactions, which is fun because if you have missed one moment, they've picked up on something else and you're staring right across the stage at them. So it's a very communal experience, I think, that you all get to watch the show but also watch each other watch the show.
So what you're really saying is people need to plan to see it 4 times.
Yes, from each side.
Yeah.
At least.
At least.
And twice on Sundays.
Yes.
You're doing a matinee?
Yes, it's 2 p.m. matinee on
Okay.
Sundays. The rest of the shows are at 7:30.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Perfect. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, what's been the most fun?
I think just playing and experimenting. Each night we come in to rehearsal with an open mind, and we've come and set down blocking and movement and characters from the nights before. But then we open it up again and say, what's fresh, what's new that we can discover tonight that we may not have discovered before. And then it just keeps building and building on itself.
And how many times have you two worked together previously?
Oh, too many.
Thank you.
Or not enough.
There you go. Probably a dozen times.
Probably.
Yeah, through different projects.
So I would assume then there's sort of that shorthand when you know each other fairly well. I mean, you kind of know how each other likes to work and
Yes.
sorry. Anyway, and that kind of has to be fun too.
Yeah.
When you feel like you know somebody so well, you kind of know how he's going to do it. You kind of know how he's going to do it, and then see what happens in the middle, right?
Yep. And we know each other's strengths and weaknesses as well. So he knows when I get stuck and I can't come up with something to do, then he ramps it up, the creativity, and comes up with something. And
Now,
same on the other side.
Are you in this as well as directing? Or
No.
simply directing?
Just directing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's enough work for me. Yeah, but we have a lot of fun, and it's a great cast. We're all gelling really well.
You want to talk, maybe mention a couple of the other cast members?
Sure. So Patty Hansen is playing. She's been in several Valley Rep productions. She's playing Lady Bracknell, and Sarah Friedlich, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, is playing Gwendolyn, who Algernon mentioned. And Alana Archibald is playing Cecily, who's Algernon's
Cecily.
counterpart. And we have Beth Jones, who's playing, what is her character name? Miss Prism. And Gabe Hyatt, who's playing the counterpart, which is the Reverend. Who am I missing? Scott Ankney is playing Merriman, the servant in the original production, who is now the handyman.
Oh, perfect.
And then Caroline Smith is playing Lane, who we mentioned.
Good old Lane.
Yes, good old Lane.
Well, we'll look forward to this production. We're out of time, gentlemen, so can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see this play. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.